On occasions, ladies and gentlemen, let's just chat a few areas here. The reviews of customer service, the customers registrations, the Mastercard information to the Visa, customers Visa informations that we did previously back on our previous agendas. And then thirdly, we will be tackling heavy areas, majorly covering all of those other areas. But let's say here on the areas, okay, we're gonna be chatting is this one here, you know, this map here, and we have we are actually handling reports with which the systems which affect editions, the maintenance service for edition for cattle raising. Okay, the guy is a cattle keeper there. OSOBI is a cattle keeper. And you know, if you look at this one here, Peter worked there a little bit relatedly and owned additional cattle around the different KG mountains and the Equatorial regions. We own a cattle there in the bushes. While we were handling additional second-hand closing stores. And then the close down of that second-hand closing stores, uh, the results says, yeah, we have cattle somewhere there in the mountains, which is self-occupied and which is grazing freely around that area there. So, you know, and we are very aware as the owners. And then now we have some shooting there. A guy was just jumped with a weapon and then begin putting several kettles down with the bullets, and then injured them. They cannot run, and some of them they got adapted, took them off, kidnapped some of them. You know, it happened fast, and then the case was closed. And then they extended to as if they take it to the site of Magui, and then they confuse me. They bring it to the site of Numule. They confuse me again. Now they announce is now that end of KG again, and then I remind myself that could be no difference. That could be the cattle we have there in the mountains. The guy is wasting those mountain cattle we have there. Okay. You know, this is not really safe thing. You know, we have the families, we have scattered families, but not really scattered. These all related families. And then, you know, we have a cattle raised in Uganda and then cattle raised back in Sudan, okay, alongside this map here. So the guy did that kind of corruptions around here. KG is somewhere here around this end here. Kenya is somewhere here, and then Uganda is somewhere here. This is happening around this corner here, this mountain here. Then that's where the whole thing is, the corruption is taking place when you look at that shootings. And the overview, whatever I scroll down here, that is major areas that we fix here, the 7 Sudan we fix. And then there is nothing new there. That is all about us, the logos we have. And then for which and then those are these drivers, and then they have their vehicles there, and then that's their branch, and then that is our product, the Mastercard, the visas, how we got these visas, and then we have the informations here on the box here. And then we have the informations here, and then such informations, for instance, we get one customer here. This is a customer, okay, this is the customer here, and then the customer's name is right there, and then we attach the customer's name right there. You can see a customer name is right there. That is the customer name for the visa. And then we open the files. Whatever we open the files, the registrations for that particular customer is right there. And we did it with the first logos which we have. That is the CFAD bank logos there, you can see, because we did not update the whole system here with the new logos. So that's how the logos was registered. And then the customer visa number is right there. The visa number is right there, the expire date, everything is all there. And then we have files, files from one customers to many other files. There is a lot of files here. There are plenty of customers, and then we have customers, random customers. We can still check the random customers, and then it's all the same informations. They can tell you the same informations. Whatever we go here to the last area here, the customers, the one we mailed. These are the customers we mailed, and then we have their labels also there, which with the stickers, with the label stickers we have here on the systems. Some of the customers, they did not get mails, none of these Visa or MasterCard infos to their homes. And then such customers could be like this one here, haven't been mailed because we don't have their address to get the mails. Like this one here, we don't have their address. And then majorly most of them we have their address. That's why if you look here, this is quite a variety of customers here, customers files, okay, customers files which we filed. And then there are roughly 5,000 customers, yes, or 10,000 or 40,000 customers. And this is basically 40,000 customers. And then and if you look here, this is of course these regular filings we have also for our outreach. And then the informations that we deal, how we got those customers. We normally go like this with our informations at hand. And then we write the customer's name from the street. We collect customer's name from info from the street. And then we normally goes like that. And then that's how we were using the filings. And you can see the file was still CVD bank there. The old file, which we did not update it. And then criteria to this one here. We have also infos like this one here. We do follow some other informations such as this one here. We do follow them also a lot. And then we have mapping here, of course, the mapping infos. And then we have genders like those one here, which we designed, of course, how we go to those customers and then how we updated those customers. And then we normally handle varieties of informations. Normally, that is when we were working with those customers on the street. That is what we do. And then if you look here, this is our first dairy here, the transaction record, which has that cattle informations, because this is the first dairy I reached here in Canada in 2004. This was my first dairy, okay, in 2004. And then my farming informations around London and area, how much I begin renting, okay, the informations, how much I begin renting. And then how much I started paying my school fees, and then how much I started earning, and then and how much I got paid alongside, and then how I travel to other areas. This is the first dairy I have around that year. And then it can also briefly show you that the cattle info is somewhere there. We have really little bit there. And then if that's not it, and then we also extended we expanded the infos as past due infos, and the never paid infos, and then paid info, and then the data is received infos, and then the tracking and tracking and tracking. And of course we have those ones, they are listed those customers, so how we handle to those ones there. This is the calendar years for that particular years. I'm not very 100% sure which year those are. And then criteria to criteria to those ones. And then of course, yeah, these are all the informations which we have as CFAD bank. And then the handling basically the customers formed, the form that we do register the customers with. And then there are some forms and there are some informations we do sell, such as flyers. Okay, the flyers infos normally this is the handout seats. We do exchange with the customers when we are doing registrations. We do normally hand out these seats here for the customers to fill out their first names, and last name, and then there are some information that they can read and then go via here, and then such as your first name, your apartment unit or your address you live on, your telephone number, your emails, and then that's the informations we want mostly from the customers. And then we do ask them from the street or from the market, and then that's the information that they normally give us. Okay, and then from which that is the list we do there. And then there is another form here. This is also a sheet of the form which is detailing the customers areas of audition of the first names. This is like the customer's first name and last names. We also updated these infos around that times. So the sheets is one sheet like this. The customer filled out their names. Okay. Of course, they fill out their names. If you look on the back, is blank. They fill up their name, their first name, their full names, and then their telephone, their gender, and then our office use is there, and then other anything they want to write down, they write. And then that's the informations we normally share with them, and then they give it back to us, and then we take it home, and then that's how we come with this kind of 40,000 customers registered here on our systems. And if you look here, we have a Visa open, we have line of credits open for that purpose, and then we have debits circulations written down there, and then we have customers account also opened. If you look back in those years, because there are things such as a lot of other information, such as forms, such as other forms, like you name it, like this one here. Forms like those ones, we have a lot of those forms there. That's how the forms we use to register those customers. They look normal like that, and then the tracking of those customers, they normally look like that, similar. But that's how we open the customer's account, and then we do the rest of other things. And you look, we have also employees, resumes, infos. Some of those information you are seeing there, they are related to employees. Okay, employees who do apply to us, who send us their addition, their resumes. Okay, who attach to us their resumes or CV or curriculum vitae, you name it, to us, so that we will be able to give them a job. Okay, and then we have their name also there, and then the real customers, okay, the real vendors. Yeah, that is the list, clients or vendors or customers, you name it. Of course, when we talk of Visa, this is Visa there. Visa, such as MasterCard, MasterCard credit card, like this. That's how they looks. Whatever you ask where from Google's, they can show you exactly. And as we said, this logo here, we did not print out any one of them out yet. So this is our system, new systems, as which attach those customers there. And then we did not registered very much with these new logos. So we are working very hard on it to get those customers name which you are seeing here. We opened to get them transfer from this system here, get them transfer to addition to the new logos which I just opened with the phone. Okay, because the logos we are working with it online is online based marketing right now, because if you look back there on our printer system, the printer system doesn't print well, and then doesn't print the ink. The ink is not there. The ink price is $150 for that particular printer, because we are using 951 to 952 ink systems, which is very, very, very expensive. And then we bought the printer. We were using roughly $8, $17 to buy those ink, which is replacing the cartridge inside of the printer. And then at the end, the price for that particular cartridge went to $150. Is very much. One addition, one unit of that cartridge, it come in 4, and then it's not longer $17. And essentially the printer itself, the buttons, whatever you press it doesn't show the light. Okay, light motion is not there, is died. And then we have another one died there, is working, but the ink, whatever you replace another new ink, doesn't print. Okay, the light button doesn't print, doesn't communicate. I mean, the light button will communicate. The ink information on the print will show no ink refilled back. So there are two printer down, and then we have to wait and plant and get a new printer. Maybe if we conquer to back the ink price, and then we will back the printer, another printer, and then we will have these names transfer to the files here, transfer to the new systems, and then we will get reorganized, and then our binder, which we have the books, the office books, will begin to working here. But if you are somewhere, you are working with us, you are the team, this team, so you have your way, you can do your customers the way you do normally do it. Normally you storage your customers, I don't know, this is how we do our customers storage levels, and then that is how we track the informations, and then how we do memo them back. Okay, so if you look back here, the dairy itself can tell you this dairy is written there, even the year is written there. You can see is 2004. The dairy is written 2004 here. So this dairy here is many years ago. Is a little bit back years ago, and it tracks a lot of information here back here. So it's a little bit back in 2004. So is my first dairy in Canada. So I don't have another dairy like this. This is my first dairy in Canada, and then for which I can track that the cattle the guy shoot down there is normally portional written here another way, because the money here also sent there can show that to the direction to where how they killed some of those cattle, because I added little bit money there. So when I get here to these countries, I also put some money there to boost the business there. And then it's not good things if the guy was just mothering those kind of kettles, and how it doesn't work. And if the name, because of the name, the guy which they are reporting is amount the family there. I'm not recognizing very much, but is a little bit painful if that is regards of the business, because the business there, if you look, Peter has the business, first business, the business collapsed, okay, and then the other one collapsed, and then another one collapsed, and then another one collapsed, and then that is when I was in full time in the schools, doing some secondary schools there, and then high schools. And then that's when I joined the other business. The other business also a little bit went and stopped down, and then for which, because I was left in church sometimes, and then looking after that business, and then that's when I happened to know a little bit information that some kettles they are back in Sudan. So if they are back there in the mountain, I can still recognize that. And then what I know, when I try myself working in Kenya, and then try myself working back here in Canada, and then I know is this one putting some money down back there, and then back there, and then back there, and then back there, because I know those guys I left there, they are very hardworking like me, and then we know we can boost that business and then put it back. That's my main aim there in the long run. And then I'm hearing from the TVs, the other guy is saying, yeah, one addition, 1 kilo of a meat is 32,000, or is addition is 14,000, or is 19,000 Ugandan. And then how possible? That's why I said, putting $100 to top that business profit is no longer safe, I think. So whatever I put $100 to send a child back to school, it will not help at all. So it's all along to disaster. So let me just invest the money all where in my office here, and then to invest here, and then invest, and then invest, and then look what is available. That's why I changed the system from that end there to my own office now. And then that's why you can see I have my office myself all here display, and then comparing that profit which we have there over that country to now to this profit, so that we will do whatever comes available. But if now the guy is very truthful, and the name I can read there is OSOBI, yeah, fine. The OSOBI I cannot recognize very much. I'm too young. When I was leaving the countries, I come here, I cannot recognize. And then if they did not put the face, I cannot recognize. How will I recognize a patient which they put there? And then if this is a TV, and then they put on the back, and then speaking on the back of the camera, and then as one single individuals, and then cannot be recognized. And then another guy running like this with the weapon, putting down the kettles, putting down the other one, and then that is not good, because I've watched that one, that three-way, one Magui, one in normally, one in the same area, which is now currently happening, and is not safe, because those cattle, we know, I remember they are alongside the mountain. Who is in charge there? I don't know. If it's OSOBI, I don't know. And then that could be the systems, because it's not good. Because for me, I know if it's $100 I put, it will boost only that business profit, because those guys I left there, they're working hard, they're investing hard, and then what they know. I don't want that business they have there, whatever they're handling second-hand closings. The business should not collapse, and then whatever is $100, we may get them breakfast, may get them lunch at workplace, and then may get them some repair on their transportations which they are using to go back home, and then without touching that profit which of the business. And then that way you may see the business is going. Because myself, when I was with them, I know my expenses, morning expenses for breakfast, I have my breakfast in the morning, my expenses, my lunch is there, and then another breakfast, and then another breakfast, and then I have my visitors, maybe 3 to 5 visitors, that expenses is like nothing else, so it's too much. So that's why you may found the business is overeaten, and then people overeaten and then overeaten. So that way, I settle a little bit for them. But if the guy sees that is not it, and then went again and then put another loss too much there, that is a waste there, on that particular business. That business won't come back on its feet again. It may not longer resist. So that's why it need resolutions and solutions for that reasons and for that purpose. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, by me, Wayne Hassan, as is it on with that overview. So I scanned for you was yesterday on the other episode I mentioned is we're gonna be tackling these customers infos which are just left here untouched, and then we're gonna be talking about them. That's why I brought them. We have to discuss it, and so that we will be able to know what is available there. That is overview. That is that sections there, and then so that we cannot have much dilemmas and much concerns, future concerns about that. So otherwise we may resolve it, and it's too simple. And if whatever is extended that the other business, they give it to my brother. My brother said he has how much removed, roughly 10 million. If you deal with 10 million removed, 10 million removed from bank account, that is not much. I don't know. He's going for what service? I don't know. And then if you say it, the first collapse has this much, and then 40 of them gunned down, and then roughly, and then they put now roughly 10, and then the other one was 30, or the other one was 30. And then roughly, I'm assuming that's 100 kettles. If it was 100, 100 times $32, $32 Canadians. Okay, 100 times $32 Canadians, 100 cow or 100 kettles. Okay, if you multiply one cow like this is $32. I know $32. That is roughly to Kenya is how much? Roughly 3,000, 200, 3,000, 3,300 Kenyan shillings. And then to Uganda, that is roughly, let's say that is roughly 100,000. $32 is 100,000 Ugandan shillings, or 96 Ugandan shillings, 96,000 Ugandan shillings. $32 is 96,000 Ugandan shillings, and then is now different, 3,300 Kenyan shillings, or is like $10 is 1,000 Kenyan shillings, and is 30 is like 30,000 Ugandan shillings, okay, or 32,000 Ugandan shillings. 1,000 Kenyan shilling is 32,000 Ugandan shillings, and then that is $10 Canadian. So that is overview. So exchanging that, and then that's how the exchange rate goes. And then let's assume for president of Uganda says, yeah, one cow is 60,000, and then I say fine. If it's 60,000, the bills that guys is roughly, that is $3,200. Okay, $3,200, and then for mothering 100 cows, they mother 100 cows, and then that is 32 at the 32 each, and then that's come to 3,200, that one, or because they already saw that they are strong forward, and then they involved with it, and then whose fault? That is it. That is the ready-handed individuals with the suicide missions, and then it's not anything a fault. If it's a fault, we may forgive and forget it, So that's the situations.